We went to Europe with our 7-month-old, and this is what we learned and what we experienced. The number one thing we learned was how to be flexible. We had many carrier naps, stroller naps, and even utilizing our stroller carrying bag for playtime on our 4-hour-long layover and figuring out all the ways to keep a 7-month-old wiggly baby entertained. For me, the most unfortunate part was that we didn't know that you could only be in rows 13 or 17 on an American international flight in order to request a bassinet, and we were in the bulkhead but not in either of those rows, so we did not get a bassinet for our overnight flight. We hoped that she'd be able to sleep straight through the night on this plane in the bassinet and everything would be amazing, but that didn't happen. However, I feel like it ended up working out because the lack of sleep combined with powering through the day for all of us helped us get her to just sleep pretty much through the night that first night because of the lack of sleep, which then put us all on the right schedule. Powering through was my theme for traveling with babies. Our stroller was super helpful, especially because it folds up really nicely when the subway station doesn't have a working elevator and you have to carry it up the stairs. I picked it because it also lied pretty flat, so it was helpful for us to get some stroller naps in, which we definitely accomplished on our first day. Day 2, we took our 7-month-old to Oktoberfest, which could probably be a whole video in and of itself, but it's super family friendly, especially for older kids. She was a little young for this, but the baby headphones were great as everyone started to get louder, and we still ended up having a ton of fun because my whole family was with us. They stayed a lot longer than we did. We checked out before the big rush came in for the evening seating, and we had a really nice dinner in Marienplatz and then just kind of explored the city a little bit before it was time for her to go to bed. Just speeding on the go. Our next day, we grabbed a train to go catch a soccer game in Augsburg, and while we didn't really need to, we booked the first class train, so we had a table and a place for her to spread out, which was really helpful because for the last day she'd been carried and hadn't been in her stroller, and that would be the same for the rest of this day. So that was really nice. The baby headphones were super helpful at the soccer game because everyone loved to cheer really loudly, and it was a lot of fun. We left a little early so that we could get back to the train, and she did end up starting her evening nighttime sleep like this. One of the things that we had to get flexible with was just nighttime sleep. Sometimes that nighttime sleep would start before we were back and we would just hopefully get her to sleep or just push it. It was a little bit stressful, but it was so worth it. The second half of our trip was all about relaxing, and we headed to Palencia, Mallorca, which was incredible. There were babies, families, children everywhere in the city, and we had an Airbnb right in the city center so we could walk out our door. This was our amazing view, and she could take all of her naps in her crib in the Airbnb, and then we could still hit up everything we wanted to do during her wake windows, which was phenomenal. We drank a lot of amazing wine, had so many nice dinners and lunches out with baby in the city center, and we even got to go down to the water and put her feet in the water, which was so fun and so cute. All of this is not to say that it was not completely stressful and overwhelming the entire time, keeping her on a schedule, making sure she was getting to her naps, making sure we were in the right place for her to sleep, helping her fall asleep. All of those things definitely stressful, definitely something that we still kind of deal with at home anyways, so we're used to it, but on the go makes it even crazier. Having the right supplies, packing the right things, having a sense of adventure, making sure you know that things aren't going to go how you planned is definitely appropriate for traveling with baby. We did end up getting the bassinet on the way home, and I think this would have been really nice on our way there. She got 2 long naps in the bassinet on the way home, which kind of got us again back on our new sleep schedule, and also just was nice to not have to hold her for a nap for the first time in a couple days. All of the stress and everything that we endured was so worth it for these amazing memories. Going to visit so many cool places, experiencing a new culture, and I can only imagine how much fun this is going to be as she gets older. Can't wait to plan our next trip and see where we're going next. If you are thinking about planning a trip, do it.